Hey, you guys, today is Wednesday and we are going to get into our reading textbook today, okay? So if you've got that handy, pull it out and find See Otter Pups. It should be under Module 9. Or if you just want to follow along with my video, that's fine too. Alright, so as you can see, this is our title page called See Otter Pups. Okay, this is going to be an informational text. Remember this word, informational text. That tells us that we're about to learn a lot of information. About what? Probably sea otter pups, right? They give us that evidence, that information right there. To focus today as we're reading, I want you to think about these things. When you guys are reading, especially informational text, you might come across some new words that you've never heard before or ideas that you've never really thought about before, and that's okay. What you want to do when you're reading this kind of text is to pay attention as you read, okay? Ask yourself, is this making sense to me? Do I understand what the author is trying to tell me? And when you're monitoring your reading, and you're like, well, I'm not really sure about that. What are some strategies that we've talked about that you can use? Rereading is one of the big ones, right? We can always go back and reread the part of the text that you're not sure about, right? You have to be thinking to yourself, though, do I really know what that means? And you have to make yourself go back and reread it, okay? Another thing you can do is think, what do I already know about this? Make a connection, right? So you guys might have already been thinking about this. What do you know about sea otter pups? I was sitting here thinking what I know, and honestly, I don't know a whole lot other than they obviously live in the ocean or near the ocean, and they're really cute. That's all I really know. So I don't have a lot of connections to make, but that's okay. Some other things you can do is look for visual clues, okay? We're going to see some text features that we're going to talk about here in a second, and we can use those to help us, okay? And then as you're reading, ask yourself some questions, okay? Every once in a while, stop and say, okay, what was that paragraph mostly about? Why did the main character say that? Or what was that paragraph telling me specifically about, okay? As far as text features go, we're going to look for captions. Remember, captions describe what's happening in a photo. We can look for labels, which tells us what each piece of a photo or a picture or a diagram is. Okay. Authors include these things to help us understand, especially in informational text. Okay. We can look for headings that tell us what part of a text is about. Okay. If it says habitat here in a minute when we're reading about the sea otter pups, we know that everything we're about to read is going to be about their habitat because the author gave us that heading. Okay, look for graphics, which are your pictures, symbols, and other visuals. And I don't know if we'll get a map in this text, but remember, a map gives you more information about where your story is taking place. Like, maybe they'll give us a map to show us where the sea otter pups specifically live. Maybe not. Let's check out the text and see. Get over there. All right. So let's build some background. I'm going to let this little video speak and see if you guys can hear it, okay?
An ocean is a large body of salty water. Many different kinds of plants and animals call the ocean home. Some animals live in the air and water near the shore. Many animals live in deep water. Some ocean animals have special parts to help them live in water, such as gills and fins. The ocean is full of life, and scientists believe there are still living things to be discovered in this watery habitat.
Cool. Let's move on. Okay, see, I was right. Isn't he so cute? He looks like a little stuffed animal. All right, Sea Otter Pups by Ruth Owen. Okay, let me get it to one page. That always helps a little bit. All right, here's a heading right here. Meet a sea otter pup. A mother sea otter and her pup are floating in the ocean. The mother otter is resting on her back. The little pup is cuddled up on his mother's belly, just above the water. And so look, they gave us some labels. Here's the mother sea otter, and then here's the sea otter pup. Isn't that adorable, you guys? Here's another heading. What is a sea otter? So what do you think we're about to learn here? What a sea otter is, right? Sea otters are animals that live in the ocean. They are about as big as a medium-sized dog. Sea otters have very thick fur. The fur helps keep the otter's body warm and dry in the cold water. So, adult sea otter size. They give us this diagram so that we can have an idea of what it would look like compared to you and like maybe your mom or me. Here's some more labels. Here's another adult sea otter. And he's got his thick fur that helps him stay warm, right? Look, it looks like he's praying or something. Next heading. Where do sea otters live? Although sea otters live in the ocean, they stay close to the shore. The yellow parts of this map show where sea otters live. So look, you guys, they did give us a map. Okay, so we've got Alaska. Here's the United States. Here's California. So there are some sea otters that live on the shore of California. And then quite a few around Alaska. And then across the Pacific Ocean where you see these little islands. Get bigger on it. And then here's Russia. And quite a few live right here. Okay, so pretty cool. And they even give you this color right here, this label that tells you the yellow is where sea otters live. There's quite a few of them. So cute. Oh, and they even show us the shore. The shore is just another word for where the ocean meets the land, right? A newborn pup. A mother sea otter gives birth in the ocean to just one pup at a time. Just like humans, right? Most of the time. After the pup is born, she places it on her chest to keep it warm. Then she feeds it milk from her body. A pup drinks its mother's milk until it's about 4 to 6 months old. So what kind of animal is this, you guys? This is a science question. Is a otter a mammal? I think so. So here's your the mom, and then here's the 1-week-old pup. They're different colors, aren't they? I wonder why that is. This one's much more brown, and she's more of a beige color. They just still look like stuffed animals to me. They're so cute. Learning to swim. A newborn sea otter cannot swim, but it can float really well. It floats on top of the water like a beach ball. The mother sea otter gives her pup swimming lessons. By the time it is about 14 weeks old, the pup is able to swim and dive. So, looks like she's giving a lesson right here, floating pup. So how's it going so far? Are you understanding everything? Because if not, remember you can go back and reread, use the pictures to help you. Some different strategies. Sea otter food. Oh yes, I was wanting to know what they ate. Sea otter adults and pups eat crabs, clams, and other shellfish. The mother otter dives under the water to hunt for food. She teaches the pup how to dive and find shellfish too. Ooh, I would like their diet. I like clams. I like crab. So she goes under the water and brings it back up, and then she teaches the pup how to do it. Time for dinner. Once the mother sea otter finds a clam, She swims back up to the water's surface. She also brings a rock with her and lays it on her belly. Then she smashes the clam onto the rock to open its shell. The mother otter and the pup share the clam meat. You guys, I just learned something. That is amazing that she knows to bring a rock with her so that she can smash open the clam. Isn't that cool? So here she is holding a clam, and then they're sharing the clam meat. Amazing. Good night. Uh-oh, this must be the end of the day. What is this? I don't know. Oh, it tells me. Look. Kelp. Gotta figure out what kelp is. When it is time to sleep, an adult sea otter sometimes wraps seaweed around its body. The seaweed, called kelp, is attached to the ocean floor. It holds the otter in one place. This keeps the waves from carrying the otter out into the ocean. Sometimes the mother otter also wraps kelp around the pups as it sleeps on her chest. Again, I'm amazed. Okay, so what is kelp? The text right here shows us. The seaweed called kelp. So it's just another word for seaweed, right? And what did you notice here? It says that it's attached to the ocean floor, which means it's stuck to, right? So they hold this, it's almost like a seat belt. It keeps them from floating too far out in the ocean while they're asleep. That is amazing. Growing up. When a pup is between 6 and 12 months old, it leaves its mother. It knows how to dive underwater to hunt for food. It can use rocks to crack open shellfish. The pup is now ready to begin its grown-up life. So he's learned everything he needs to know from his mama. More clams, having a good supper, floating on his back. Good to go. All right, you guys. So what would you say the central idea, the main idea, the central idea was for this text? Was it about sea otter pups? Did you learn how they grow up? Was it in chronological order? Did we start from when they're really small babies all the way up till when they leave their mothers and grow up? Yeah. So that's pretty cool. All right, you guys. So today you can go to your paper packet and find your little quiz. And remember, it's perfectly fine to go back into the text to look for specific answers if you can't remember. Okay? It's very important to find the best answer. All right. Let me know if you need any help. Love you guys.